Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Roland Chai, Executive Vice President of Market Platforms at Nasdaq, as well as Barnaby Nelson, CEO of ValueExchange, to discuss how post-trade organizations can leverage insights from ValueExchange's global market infrastructure. Barnaby and Roland, it's great to have you with us. And Barnaby, I'd like to start with you. You just launched the Global Market Infrastructure Survey. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, sure. So the central question at the moment is really basically how do organizations across the capital markets reconcile regulation, technological disruption, and resilience? And so the central point of the survey was ultimately to try and work out where the trade-offs are and how people are actually putting that kind of trade-off and balance into practice today. So we reached out to about 200 firms around the world, brokers, custodians, financial market infrastructures, to really put some facts and figures around that question.
Roland, what was Nasdaq's role in the survey? Why did you commission the research?
Yeah, from Nasdaq's point of view, we service 130 markets worldwide, and we have customers all over the place. And a lot of the questions that we sought to answer in the survey was not just talking to our customers, but also our network, but also the ecosystem around them. As Barnaby said, is what's unique about this is not just getting the viewpoint of central market infrastructures, whether they're exchanges or CSDs, but or CCPs, but also custodians, prime brokers, and broker dealers around it. So it was about sort of bringing that insight to our customers and also getting their opinion as well.
Barnaby, what's the most surprising fact that was demonstrated through the data?
Yeah, so I think for me, the really big point that stands out is this idea of the technology debt that, to use Roland's term, actually, that we built up in the post-trade space. So 58% of basically post-trade systems are going to have to be retired in the next 5 years, which just creates this enormous change burden on the industry that I don't think necessarily gets enough attention today. We talk about new technologies and all this kind of thing, but ultimately, how do we deal with what we've already got? The fact that's consuming 70–80% of budgets every year, it's a big distraction effect.
And how should post-trade organizations be leveraging these insights, Roland?
Yeah, I think they provide quite a powerful playbook in terms of understanding that a lot of firms are in the same space. There's a lot of interesting data about how to set up change, and getting successful change management in there is just as important as managing legacy technology. But it's also the opportunities that people see in the various areas of securities processing and also the value chain there, and understanding where others are leaning in as well, and how to put out your business case. I think the study is very valuable in that respect.
And Roland, what do you think tomorrow looks like for the industry, given the work that you've done here?
Yeah, so I think what the work shows is that operating in highly regulated markets with a lot of compliance burden, but also a lot of the need to run critical market infrastructure with resilience day to day also requires a huge overhead, but it also requires careful planning and also understanding what is important for you as an organization to keep the lights and keep the markets running, while also understanding where your growth opportunities are in new areas such as data, securities processing, corporate actions, and other things as well.
And Barnaby, I'd like to ask you the same question as well to wrap up. What do you think tomorrow looks like, given the work that you've done?
Yeah, so I think there's a huge amount, there's an inevitable change that's going to have to happen in the industry around technology. But I think for me, what the survey really points to is that it's got to be a new kind of change managed in a new way. So our change has to not just replace old technology, it has to make room for growth. And it also has to be managed very differently. Very different people around the table, much broader engagement, including regulators. Everyone has to be part of these kind of technology changes. And I think for me, we need to really get our heads around the fact that it's got to be a new type of change.
All right, Barnaby and Roland, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.